Shalom, shalom, Akim. I'm going to start by giving all glory, honor, praises unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RICANS. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, and teacher move well. Peace and salutations be to hopeful elect. And by that tells I'm coming at you from the prophets in Babylon camp down here in Tampa, Florida. Slakia. GMS Tampa camp down here in Tampa, Florida. Slakia. This list is going to be going into end time events. I just want to grab a few articles, touch on a few points on these articles, and not even really the articles, but the headlines, to show you what's going on with current events. It says end time headlines. It says Trump warns the big one is coming soon. Says brunt of attack on Iran hasn't even started. All right, which Iran pretty much said the same thing. These guys are going back and forth, and what's happening now is the big dogs are fighting. All right, Iran has been involved. Israel and America is going up against Iran together. Russia, China, North Korea, everybody's starting to stand up out of their seats. Okay, everybody's starting to rise up. All right, because for so long, America has been bullying the world, and the nations just sat and done nothing. All right, but now you got these nations starting to stand up out of their seat and are even ready to take action, because they see what Babylon is doing now is a huge and major power grab, which is going to upset the balance of power in the world. Okay, this devil's breaking all sorts of laws. All right, talking about regime change in a country that's not their own. Okay, they're not even affiliates. How can you talk about a regime change? All right. So it says, the next article says, Trump threatens to cease all trade with Spain and seize NATO bases. So this guy speaks as a madman now. Okay, he's acting as a man possessed. All right, which means that the Lord really put a spirit on him to be doing these things. So let's grab this, because that reminds me of the scripture. In the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, and verse 71, or verse 70, we'll start at verse 70. For there shall be in every place and the next cities a great insurrection, and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. It's going to be a great insurrection, an uprising, an uproar, a turning over for the prophets of the Lord, Shai. Okay, those who have faith in Shai. All right, believers. Okay, those that don't want to get with the NWO, kneel down to the image of Baal. All right, there's going to be huge insurrection going up against them. Okay, it says it says they shall be like madmen. Who? The troops. This devil finna send down, all right, to enforce this NWO. It says sparing none, but still, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. I mean, they ain't sparing nobody. Not the woman, not the kid, not the dad, not the grandma, not the newborn. Okay, they're killing everybody, man. All right, it's just they shall be like madmen. All right, when you go into madman, that's a crazy man. Going to crazy, it's like someone's possessed with a demon or something. These people they're gonna be like possessed. They're gonna be like they're on a demonic possession. Sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. All right. But no mercy. That's why the Lord said. That's why the scriptures say he shall have judgment. For he shall have judgment without mercy against him who hath shown no mercy. Okay? So you devils ain't finna get that mercy that you're looking for. Alright, when you oppress the Lord's children and we look for mercy, you didn't give us mercy. Alright? Even today, my brother was just talking about it, man. beautiful brother Amawan was just talking about how these devils are just devouring us, man. All right, makes you think of that poor man Lazarus. Makes you think of the parable of the poor man Lazarus, man. All right, we said, dip the tip of thy finger in water that I may drink it. Okay, and cool down and take some of this heavy burden off. All right, but this devil won't even do that. All right, he's not even that merciful. Okay, so yeah, they devouring us in and out. All right, working us all day, every day, taxing us on everything we buy, and then when we get paid for working all day, every day, they tax us on that too. All right, how the hell you get taxed on your payment for your work? Okay, so this devil has laid out many unrighteous decrees to oppress the poor righteous man. It says 2 U.S. Navy ships collide on Opera News. So it's just mayhem going on over there right now, man. All right. It says Dow drops 1,200 points. Another end time headline article. Dow drops 1,200 points on all as oil surges. Bond yields climb in response to deepening Iran conflict, which gold just dropped too. Oh, Slovakia. Recording had cut out. I was saying because of insufficient storage, which that's a damn lie. So you know, say it not work. I'll reread this. It says Dow drops 1,200 points as oil surges, bond yields climb in response to deepening Iran conflict. What you had, I believe her name was it Pam Bondi? I may be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. One of these women that was in speaking for Trump, she was like, forget about the files. The Dow is up, okay? Which now you have the Dow dropping. All right, so, and then there was no matter, it's like, no, these devils have messed up, have screwed up so bad, okay? Which is how you know they're at the end. That no matter what they post now, everybody's still saying, nobody cares, where's the files? Show the files. Even they're not even getting away with their deceptions anymore, okay? Slovakia. Once again, another cutout. So I'm just going to grab this scripture real quick and close it out for the sake of the space and the amount of videos we already got. There was audio. I was watching a video earlier where they was talking about an audio that was released where, I don't know who it was saying it, but he was saying, start a war, do whatever you gotta do, just don't let the files be released. If the files come out, and he proceeded to threaten, but I don't remember what he said to the fullness. In the book of Job, chapter 20 and verse 22, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. So this devil is seeking to fill his belly. You see, everything he's doing is for power, to grab more power. He went over there. As a matter of fact, I was actually watching a video where they was explaining how the oil that Trump got from Venezuela needs to be bonded with light oil because he had heavy crude oil from Venezuela. All this amount of oil, but it needs to be bonded with light oil, he said, which really comes from Iran. Iran is the chief in that light oil. And so all of a sudden, they need to have a regime change. Oh, they're a threat, you know? So here it is, they paint this picture on you just to go over there and attack you and steal your things. And that's just how Esau works. why you can't deny who Esau is. He's always going to show who he is according to the scriptures. Okay? The scriptures have identified him as a thief. The scriptures say a thief cometh not but for to kill, steal, and destroy. Alright? Close it out with this Habakkuk 2, chapter 2 and verse 5. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And he can't be satisfied. You're going to gather up everybody's resources. All right? He's in everybody's land, drilling for their oil, drilling for their resources. This is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and this is what we've been warning you about. All right, now you're finally seeing him in action because he's running out of time, as Revelations 12 and 12 tells you. Okay? This devil has only a short time left, so you're moving with a great wrath. It's only a matter of time before he starts actually touching the people over here in the country. Okay? You thought he was touching you just because of ice? No, he really about to start putting hands on you. Putting Jake to death. So with that, I truly hope this lesson was edifying to you. YAHAWAH for listening to truth and sincerity. So next time, Mr. Call HALAL YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM, Shalom.